The Reds could perfect their midfield with a £52 million, complete, star. Liverpool have added 3 new faces to their midfield this summer, but Jürgen Klopp needs to make one more signing if he is to succeed in the Premier League this season. Alexis Mac Allister, Dominic Szoboszlai and Wataru Endo have all arrived, but the expected departures of James Milner, Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain have been exacerbated by the sale of Jordan Henderson and Fabinho to Saudi Arabia. Fabinho's departure has left the team in a particularly worrying situation. Although the Brazilian was below par last year, he was the undisputed anchor of the club and Anfield need to replace him. Endo's £16 million signing from German side Stuttgart was a move to combat the failure to sign Moises Caicedo and Romeo Lavia, who both joined Chelsea. But the Japanese captain is not the answer to all the club's problems, and Liverpool are now pushing to sign summer target Cheick Doucouré. According to reports last month, talks with Crystal Palace have stalled in recent days with no significant progress, and the South London club demanding €60 million for the sale of Doucouré. Liverpool have been open admirers of the Malian midfielder for 2 months, reportedly looking for a move following the sale of Fabinho to Al Ittihad. The price barrier and Palace's non-existent desire to sell a key cog who joined the team last summer for £21 million from French outfit Lens has so far proved insurmountable for Klopp's side. However, as the end of the transfer window approaches, Liverpool are still planning to test the resolve of their regional rivals. The fact that Liverpool's owners, Fenway Sport Group, have, albeit at the last minute, sanctioned an English record £111 million bid for Caicedo proves that, despite the expense incurred in Endo's signature, the purse strings are still wide enough for a world-class number 6 to join the team. The 30-year-old has made just 2 appearances for Liverpool in his 2 games in a Liverpool shirt and has only started in the starting 11 in the second. He looks a valuable squad option, but if he is deployed as a defensive midfielder throughout the season, he is likely to be a chink in the armour of an ambitious club. Doucouré won the Player of the Season award at Crystal Palace last season, beating the likes of Wilfried Zaha, Eberechi Eze and Joachim Andersen. He was described by former boss Patrick Vieira as a complete midfielder. Doucouré, an outstanding ball retriever, ranked in the top 6% of midfielders in the top 5 European leagues last year in interceptions, top 17% in blocks and top 20% in tackles and clearances per 90 minutes, according to FBref. Endo is in the top 7% in tackles per 90 minutes, but only in the top 55% of midfielders in interceptions and in the bottom 28% in tackles per 90 minutes. This highlights the lack of mobility and solidity that Doucouré, combative, intelligent and consistent, in the words of football scout Jacek Kulik, possesses in abundance. To prove the impact the Eagles star will have on Liverpool's squad, the £60,000 a week gem stood out in the opening phase of Palace's campaign, saving 7.3 balls per game while being dribbled past just 0.3 times per game. To emphasize how impressive that is, let's remind ourselves that Declan Rice averaged 5.7 per game for Arsenal. Klopp must ensure that Liverpool have a successful season, especially after a dismal previous campaign that saw them finish in 5th place and fail to qualify for the Champions League this year, and now it is imperative that the club's glaring problem is rectified and even finally perfected. Jarrod Bowen transfer update. According to reports, Liverpool are considering a late move for West Ham United's Jarrod Bowen, but it will need to be finalised before September 1st. Bowen, originally from Leicester, Herefordshire, completed his big move from Hull City to the Premier League and indeed the London Stadium in 2020. Since then he has become an integral member of David Moyes' first team and a regular. He has made 161 appearances to date. The Englishman still has 2 years left on his contract, but his emergence as the Irons' top scorer last season alongside Said Benrahma has caught the attention of FSG and Jürgen Klopp. Last summer, reporter Alex Crook called the Reds boss a fan of the right winger, while transfer insider Dean Jones confirmed that the Merseyside outfit are monitoring the 26-year-old's situation. Although no deal was agreed at the time, they are now considering a second move. Liverpool have reportedly listed Bowen as a potential transfer target should Mohamed Salah leave before Friday's deadline. Klopp reportedly sees the veteran, who is a target for Saudi Pro League club Al Ittihad, as an ideal replacement, and they are ready to put a €150 million package on the table to offload him. Anfield's directors are adamant that they do not want to sell their prized asset and have made their stance clear, but that is unlikely to stop potential suitors from taking their chances. Bowen, who has made 74 direct contributions to goals in 161 appearances since joining the Hammers, has been described as outstanding by journalist Josh Bunting. While no one will be able to replace Salah, Moyes' star will be one of the closest. The attacker, sponsored by Adidas, recorded a total of 159 crosses and 73 shots during the campaign last season. Through FBref, he highlighted his desire to create chances and find the back of the net, with both stats the highest in his squad. The Conference European League winner, who earns £60,000 a week, has also proven to be a versatile operator with the ability to play in 7 different positions on the turf. Bowen can play all over the front line and even 3 roles in midfield. This is another feature that will undoubtedly interest the boss. Bowen is also part of the same management company as Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson, and Nathaniel Phillips. This current connection of his agent with the club could therefore give the Chiefs a slight advantage and something to keep an eye on if they decide to make a deal in the final days of the window. The loss of Salah would surely be the biggest loss this season. Klopp certainly wants him to stay, but the owners FSG are not willing to turn down a large sum. Even though Salah's agent has said that the Egyptian star will stay this season, the Arabs' attempts to convince him with huge sums of money have made things difficult. The exchange between Salah and Bowen is really intriguing. What do England staff say about Liverpool's Jarrell Quansah in training? Quansah was the man of the hour after making his debut for Liverpool at the weekend. Coming on at 1-0 down against Newcastle, Quansah was part of the team that turned the game around with a 2-1 win at St James Park. It was a proud moment for Quansah and the Reds Academy. However, according to reports, the 20-year-old's emergence did not come as a surprise to some. At St George's Park, the stopper is allegedly seen as a player who ticks many boxes as a player who can reach the top of his game. A youngster with tactical flexibility, calmness, composure, and humility, there is reportedly a lot of excitement in the England camp about what kind of player Quansah could become. Often when there are gaps in the squad, young players can start to develop. Many may be hoping that Liverpool will sign a new stopper in the next few days, but the reality is that they already have one. Quansah may not be the big, shiny new name that fans are hoping for, but he can certainly bring something to this Reds team. Something they didn't have last season, a young player who has been showing potential for some time. Quansah won the U19 European Championships with England and was named in the team of the tournament, and was excellent for Bristol Rovers in League One last season. Of course, none of this is enough to guarantee success when he steps into Liverpool's first team. Neither is an encouraging pre-season or an excellent debut. Nevertheless, if the Reds don't bring in a new face between now and Friday, Quansah's presence will be reassuring. Given the current state of Jürgen Klopp's stopper options, it seems likely that the England U20 national team will play a role this season. How successful it is could determine whether Liverpool will enter the market in the near future.